Greetings, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is your Western forecast for October 2024. There's going to be a new moon solar eclipse October the 2nd in the sign of Libra. Libra is the shadow sector or the sign prior to Scorpio. It's putting a major emphasis on new beginnings, significant shifts, potential transformation, but behind the scenes in the shadow sector. Positively, this could be you are studying in school, getting more professional training. So a lot of behind the scenes development. This can be a time of needing to get away and do a lot of reflecting and soul searching, maybe attending a spiritual retreat or a wellness center, just to help support you to be ready for the next chapter. Because this solar eclipse, if you have planet, it's at 10 degrees of Libra. If you have planets a couple of degrees around 10 Libra or opposite 10 Aries, whatever that planet is, it's going to be impacted and go through major significant adjustments for up to 1 year. But if you don't have any planets impacting by this eclipse, you can think of it as being a regular new moon, but not really regular. It's a lunar eclipse. A solar eclipse. So it's going to be like a new moon on steroids and impacting you intensely for up to 4 weeks. But being that you're a Scorpio, the sun, it will leave Libra and move into Scorpio around the 22nd of October through the first 3 weeks of November. And so with all this churning going on with preparation, with studying behind the scenes, could be more fully manifesting by the end of October into November. This solar eclipse is it's in Libra. It's going to have a lot to do with partnerships and relationships, seeking harmony and balance. That's the Libra. It's also a conjunct or aligned within a degree of intelligent Mercury. And that will emphasize a lot of learning, communications, thinking, writing. The conjunction with the eclipse can lead to powerful insights, sudden revelations, and the need to make important decisions. But impatient, aggressive, impulsive Mars is in a challenging aspect to the eclipse and Mercury. And that could trigger a lot of internal conflict and impatience with all these decisions you're trying to put forwards to move down as you're preparing to move down a new path. But with the eclipse in your shadow sector, the sign prior to Scorpio, there's a lot of internal process, but on a more practical level, a lot of learning and development and preparation. Now, this period can be intense, but it offers a chance to break free from old patterns, embrace new beginnings, and establish a more balanced path forwards. Before I break down the other planetary events for October, if you enjoy these types of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer. Okay, Scorpio, that solar eclipse in Libra is in your shadow sector. It's very favorable for doing a lot of behind-the-scenes development. On a spiritual level, that 12th house sector is favorable for introspection, for soul searching, for getting away to a spiritual or wellness center. In the mundane life of responsibilities, this could be very favorable for learning, developing an important new project that can be debuted soon. Because the sun remains in Libra, so the eclipse is on the 2nd in Libra. The sun continues putting a spotlight, drawing your attention to the 12th house, that sector of transitions and inward energies, to October the 22nd. But on October the 22nd, the sun goes into Scorpio for 4 weeks. And this is when you're starting to present with more confidence what you have been holding back and developing with the eclipse in the 12th house. Now, that eclipse, if you have planets, as I said, around a couple of degrees of 10 Libra, 10 Aries, whatever that planet represents, you could still be working on it behind the scenes and more development for a year. But most of you, it's just going to be an intense October. But by the last week of October, now the sun goes into the 1st house of visibility, leaderships, new undertakings. But you're still tweaking and fine-tuning what you've been working on and developing behind the scenes. The sun goes into Scorpio October the 22nd for 4 weeks. More visibility, more leadership, more confidence, still working a lot behind the scenes, but taking a more confident leadership role. Venus, the planet of value, of appreciations, of what you love, will be in Scorpio from September the 22nd through October the 17th. So the first couple of weeks of October, benefic, pleasurable, creative, romantic Venus is in Scorpio, in your 1st house of visibility. So socially, you're being very social. People are attracted to you. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So you could be really studying and researching and working on a project that you're keeping private, perhaps, or just there's so much to develop. But you're still feeling, with Venus in Scorpio, the 1st half of the month, you're still feeling very social. And it's good for relationships. 5 days after Venus leaves Scorpio on the 17th, the sun goes into Scorpio on the 22nd for 4 weeks. So all of October, either the sun, which brings in all this confidence and power and visibility, is in your 1st house of new undertakings, or benefic Venus, what you value, the 1st half of the month is in that 1st house. Now, the dominant theme is the solar eclipse in Libra in the 12th house of behind the scenes introspection, studying, and developing. But that's the more private side, because the sun and the Venus can be, the sun is that shining that light, and Venus is very sociable, and it's all in the 1st house. So Scorpios can be very mysterious and secretive, and you could all of October be very outgoing and sociable, creative, romantic, and yet there's this, you're really working on a really important project behind the scenes. Venus leaves Scorpio goes into Sagittarius October the 17th through November the 11th. Sagittarius is the sign after Scorpio. The second sector deals with income, your personal monies, your possessions. Venus is what you desire and value. Venus going into the second is very favorable for attracting more money. The first house is initiating major new projects. The solar eclipse is you're still tweaking behind the scenes, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Mars, ambitious, assertive Mars, is in Cancer, a water sign compatible with Scorpio. All of September, all of October to November the 3rd, once every 2 years. The Mars in Cancer is 9 signs past Scorpio. Mars is where you are asserting yourself, initiating new energies, the courage, the ambition. It's in harmony with Scorpio. It's highlighting your 9th house. The 9th house could be being very busy and active, getting more professional training or teaching. That's the flip side of the 9th house of higher education, learning or teaching. But since there's all this new development that you're still working on to make more money, that 9th house is also where all that Mars activity, the 9th house can mean media, publishing, marketing. It's also the sector of long distance traveling, but I think, yes, you could certainly go on an international trip, a long distance trip, sometime in September or October. But I think for most of you, it's more about not traveling out to the world, but promoting and marketing your business out to the world. And with the Sun and Venus in the first of visibility, you could really be emphasizing the marketing and the branding through October. But the solar eclipse, you're still, it's not finished. You're still learning, tweaking, getting it out there. Let's say you are building an online business, and that's the media, the marketing, all the Sun, Venus, that's all the visibility, and getting it out there. But the solar eclipse in the 12th, with an online business or with a website, you're always tweaking and fine-tuning behind the scenes. But that Venus can start attracting monies from these new ventures from the middle of October into early November. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go, that's .co. Until next time, be safe and well.